Yo, this is a tutorial on Rool hits. Trying to get as close to dustless as possible, which is when you don't see his pink dust animation. Means you get optimal throws. So for this first hit, see this line that I'm standing on the floor? We're actually going to use that for lots of the visual cues. You want to stand right here facing left and wait for him to start to like sort of turn around towards you. You see his face is facing me. At this point you just want to throw. Boom. So stand on the line. Throw as soon as he's turning around towards you. Boom. So for the second hit, you want to stand on the left side of this cannonball right here. And as soon as those spikes start to retract, that's when you want to actually roll towards the cannonball, jump left, and throw early in the jump. So, kind of like that. Fortunately, you can't actually get dustless in this phase, but this is about as close as you can get. The third hit has some randomness to it. Either the left or the right cannonball is going to lose its spikes. In this case, the right one is going to lose its spikes. So what you're going to want to do is once you see that it's the right cannonball, you just want to do a short hop onto the cannonball and then throw as soon as you pick it up, like this. And if you react quick enough to which cannonball it is, you can get that much better, like that. And if you get the left spawn, it's much easier to deal with. You just go grab it and throw. So as soon as you see it's the left one that spawned, just grab it, turn right, throw. For the fourth hit, you want to break the barrel pretty close to him. A good visual cue is right underneath the Super Nintendo controller. Right around here. And throw not as soon as you pick it up, but once it's like fully up in your hands. So you watch Diddy picking something up, he like starts like low and then kind of deadlifts it up. Once you're at the top of that is when you want to throw. Just like that. For the fifth phase, I've turned up the volume a bit because we're going to use an audio cue. What I'm listening for is the bouncing of the cannonballs. The throw timing is going to be after you hear the final bounce as they go off screen. So also I want to point out that I throw from the same line on the floor that we used for the first phase. So again, I'm just waiting until I hear the final bounce. Once I hear that last bounce sound effect, I throw. So for the sixth hit, you want to jump on this barrel at a certain spot, basically when it's at the bottom of its spinning animation, right around here. And as soon as you pick it up, you want to do a full jump, throw on landing. However, keep in mind it's really important where you jump on this barrel. If you jump on it too far right and use the full jump cue, you will be too early. So for the seventh hit, I wanted to start by pointing out that you can just let these blue puff clouds hit you on the right side of the screen, and you can wiggle out of it and be totally safe. Also need to point out that to do the blue Diddy trick, you just throw your girlfriend over the second two puff clouds as the first one is hitting you. However, this swag technique will lose about 6 seconds, 4 to 6. But yeah, you can either jump over these clouds or let them hit you on the right side of the screen, and you're totally safe on the right side of the screen here. But as for the timing of the throw, unfortunately this one, all you can really do is go by feel. One thing I would point out is that you do the throw when he's still semi-transparent. Like that. Just do the whole thing one more time. If you prefer, I prefer to just jump over these. Just feeling it out. So for the 8th hit, there's a safety strat you can do where you jump and team throw like that. And that will guarantee you don't get hit by those clouds. But it loses a half second due to the team up animation, causing everything to freeze on screen. So it's recommended that you just try to jump between them. For the throw itself, you want to grab the cannonball facing right, and then as soon as you pick it up, tap left and throw at them. You can be almost as quick as you possibly can be, and this will almost always work. But if you're like perfectly fast about the way you do this, this trick won't work. So don't be super fast, but about like that will do it. Just once again, the whole thing here. Boom. Should also show what to do if you actually get hit by these. I mean, you pretty much just have to realize a slow motion, jump over the first one, and then jump expecting to get over the next two in a single jump. So for the final phase, you can stand on this line right here and just wait for the clouds to get to you, and you can just jump 3 times. Much easier than trying to like do fancy like wiggling jumps around them. You can also use this cue that I use, which is basically, if you see here, Diddy's hat is sort of right under the left side of that wheel thing above you. Or you could look at the window of that door. If you stand here and do the same thing and just jump 3 times. But most people have an easier time seeing this cue standing on the line. So it's probably recommended that you do that. But yeah, if you're Diddy here, you just hold left and Y. He'll never get you. As for the final throw, what you want to do is make sure you're all the way on the left side of the screen once the cannonball is spawned. And you're just going to hold right, pick it up, go all the way to the far wall until you've reached that, then just tap left and throw. So in full time without the pauses, make sure you're all the way left, hold right, go to the far wall, tap and throw. Alright, just want to go over quickly some backup strats if you get hit by the purple here. If you're Diddy, you just do the same thing you normally would do, except hold right instead of left. But as soon as the cannonball spawns, the spell thing is going to wear off, and you have very little time to react to the fact that you no longer have inverse controls. So what you should do is, when you know that he's about to do the final suction thing before the cannonball spawns, you want to go to the center of the room to make him spawn in the center, and then run to the right, or run to the left. Holding right to run to the left, but yeah, kind of like this. Now you have much more time to react, much more time and room to react. So let's say you're Purple Dixie. Now this is the worst thing imaginable. What you want to do is sort of go to the center of the room and then start running to the edge, because she is not fast enough or strong enough to resist his vacuum. So you kind of have to manipulate his spawn so that his spawn is further right. Just to show that again. So you kind of go out, then go out. There's a very specific rhythm to this, and it's super dangerous. So just don't get in this situation if you can help it. Alternatively, you can just try to resist it with really tight roll jumps, but I mean, I think it's riskier. Also, you'll have less room once the cannonball spawns. See, yeah, you have like no room to dodge him once that purple stuff wears off. Anyway, that's Rool.